USA Monde.
Good morning, my beautiful people. This is John from USA Monde, and welcome back to Sunday Talk episode number 54. As always, I'm going to go over some of the questions you guys sent me on YouTube on last week or a week before. Without wasting time here, let's get started. But before I start today's video, I want to wish you guys a happy Sunday as always. Okay, so the first question today will come from Love sent this question. Hi John, I'm a U.S. citizen waiting for my husband. My husband got approval I-130. I already also submitted all documents last 2 weeks ago. They told me wait until they review document. Do you know why I'm receiving God delivery from U.S. International Immigration every day? What is that? Well, for some of you guys who don't know what Gov delivery is, it's email subscription management system the public use to subscribe to the Department of Homeland Security newsletter, basically. Okay, so if it's something you want to subscribe to the email list, or so you can get the newsletter, yes, you can subscribe. But if not, then you don't have to subscribe. Okay, so it's nothing to do with it got nothing to do with your I-130 petition you file for your husband. So let's move to another question here. This one will come from Time Gabriel. I have a friend who entered the country as a refugee. He's been in the country for a little over 2 years. Should he only apply for refugee travel document, or he can apply for a re-entry permit? Thanks in advance. Well, refugees, when they come to the United States of America, they become a permanent resident, meaning that they get their green card. Okay, so one thing you have to know about re-entry permit is that you have to be a green card holder to apply for re-entry permit. If you are not a green card holder, you cannot. And then your friend can either apply for the travel document, the one that is valid for 1 year, or re-entry permit, the one that is valid for 2 years. And sometimes people do that. They apply for re-entry permit if they know they're going to travel outside United States of America for more than a year, basically, okay, or maybe more than 6 months. They will apply for re-entry permit. That way, when they come back, they won't have any problem at the port of entry. Okay, so to answer your question, he can apply for either one of them, depending also about his plan, what he's trying to do. Okay, let's move to another question here. This one will come from Aji Mbai sent this question. Hello, can the applicant file the affidavit of support? Immigrant visa applicant cannot file affidavit of support. Okay, only petitioner can file affidavit of support. Some of you guys who is in the process, you know that you have to file affidavit of support at one point. Once your document get to NVC, National Visa Center, and only petitioner can apply for affidavit of support. The reason being is the petitioner is the one who's going to be financially responsible for the intended immigrant once he or she comes to the United States of America. So by filing affidavit of support, it's just a contract basically between that person, the petitioner, and the U.S. government. Okay, so the petitioner is the one who filed affidavit of support. Let's move to another question. This one will come from Hayford Afriye. Let's see what he has to say. Hayford Afriye asked this question. Hello John, how you doing? Please, my wife is a U.S. citizen who has filed for me on CR1, but I want to know, does the public charge questionnaire affect us? Anyway, our process has already passed through NVC, and we are on step 10 on preparing for interview. I'm confused with the public charge because if I'm from different country and I'm not working, and my spouse earn around $21,000 per year, and I'm still on CR1, am I going to be affected? So basically, this person want to know if the public charge will affect them. Okay, they've been in the process and they're almost done with the process. they are waiting for the interview, but unfortunately, since the U.S. consulate didn't resume the visa services yet, they cannot go to the interview. So, some of you guys who don't know if you're gonna be affected by the DS 5540, which is the public child questionnaire. Some of you guys who file your petition before February 24, 2020, or whose petition were approved before that date won't be affected. That's the way I understand it. We won't be affected. But anybody who filed a petition from that day until now, they're gonna provide the public charge questionnaire form. They have to fill it up and provide all the supporting document. If you don't do that, that will hurt your process. Chances are you won't be able to get your immigrant visa. I'm talking about you, the beneficiary. You won't be able to get a visa, immigrant visa, to come to United States of America, because this form is for beneficiaries, not for the petitioner. So to answer your question, I don't know if you guys file everything. I think if you are in the process, then that means that you file your petition before February 24, 2020, and you won't be affected. But if it was after that, you will be affected. But they say that, but I always tell people, just fill out the form and have all the supporting document ready. In case they ask you, you might go over there, they be like, okay, well, we think that you more likely to become a public child once you come to United States of America. Therefore, you have to fill up DS 5540. So it's better to just get those documents ready before you go to the interview. Okay. Let's move to another question here. This one will come from Shuvo Das. Shuvo Das asked this question. My mother is a green card holder. She applied for my sister, and we have already received case number and invoice number. My sister is 2021 and September 2020. What should we do now despite of President executive order? Please give us your valuable advice. Well, one thing I know is that kids who are under age of 21 won't be affected by this immigration suspension because of the CSPA Act, which is a Child Status Protection Act. So what you guys gonna do? You're just gonna wait until the U.S. consulate resume their visa services. You will complete all your steps and get an interview letter, and then go to the interview. I don't think this will affect your sister at all. And I even made a video about this one on my channel. You can check it out. Let's move to another question. This one will come from Yusra. Yusra, let me see. Yusra, where are you? Yusra asked on this question, how long it take to schedule an interview after acceptance of document. My husband, U.S. Citizen, and when we receive a letter appointment, how long until interview? Well, it's gonna be hard to say now. Normally, normal way, if the petitioner is a U.S. citizen and file a petition for his or her spouse, after your document approved NVC, it might take like 4 months to get an interview later. Okay. But because of the pandemic, nobody knows exactly how long it will take. There's a lot of documents they're waiting for, waiting for an interview. A lot of people over there waiting for interview later. So it's hard to say. As long as the U.S. consulate visa service is still closed, is still suspended, we won't know exactly how long it will take before NVC schedule an interview for you. Okay, so it's gonna hard question to answer. All you gotta do is to wait. Sorry to say that, but that's all you have to do now. Let's move to another question here. This one will come from Susan Manners. Hi sir, June 2016 USCIS approval and send my document to NVC. I didn't receive any news from them. I just learned last week that USCIS sent my approval application to NVC after I follow up with them. Otherwise, I will still be waiting for a letter from USCIS. My application is I-130. Why is it taking 4 years to NVC to approve and ask for a fee? I'm very confused. Please advise. Thank you. Well, sometimes it depends on the visa category. Some visa categories kind of processes longer than others. So for this one, I don't know if like your spouse is a green card holder who filed for you, because I don't have any information regarding that, or regarding what kind of visa, if it's on F2A visa, if it's on IR1 visa, all that. So 4 years, like I say, it depends on the visa category. And one thing too, if USCIS doesn't approve your case, it cannot go to NVC, National Visa Center. So USCIS has to approve it first before it can go to NVC, and NVC will contact you. Good thing is you contact USCIS and they told you that your case were approved. Well, some of you guys who are out there, you've been waiting for you'll be waiting for USCIS to approve your case. Sometimes call them and see what is going on, or maybe there's something at the end, or maybe your case is approved but they didn't push it to NVC yet. So it's good to call them times to times and to verify if everything is going well. Okay, so let's move to another question here. This one will come from Wakas Shafiq sent this question. I'm the sponsor for my son, but I don't have any income. My older son, he wants to sponsor. How can we do a joint sponsor, or add the householder? Probably say household member, and which form we both have to fill out? Well, as a principal sponsor, you will fill up the regular affidavit of support, which is it might be IA-64 or IA-64 easy. Okay, so in this case, since you're going to use a joint sponsor, it gotta be IA-64. Okay, it cannot be IA-64 easy, because you use IA-64 easy if the income you're using to sponsor the intended immigrants is your income. If you don't use anybody else's income, then you can file an IA-64 easy. But this one, you want a joint sponsor, though I would say IA-64 on this one. And then your son, if your son doesn't live with you, he can be a joint sponsor. But if he lives with you, he can be your household member. So as a household member, he will file the IA-64A. Okay, but as a joint sponsor, if he gonna help you as a joint sponsor, he will file the same affidavit of support that you file. Okay, so basically, yeah, that's what you guys have to do to help your other son. And let's move to another question here. This one will come from Maywish. Maywish Ishak asked this question. EB3 skill sponsored by ice cream company waiting for interview, U.S. Embassy Pakistan last 5 months. Does my visa impact by the proclamation ban? Well, you mentioned ice cream company. I know the proclamation you mentioned talk about the how they call it, a food chain supply. Okay, so people who will come to base will come up with EB3 visa to help United States of America maybe recover from the pandemic, just basically to help to recover the economy. So if that service is essential for the recovery of this economy, then you won't be affected by the immigration suspension. But if your company, whatever food supply chain they have is not essential with the recovery of the economy, then you will be affected. Okay, so ice cream company, I don't know how they are essential for the recovery of this economy. So therefore, I would say that you probably be affected by this immigration suspension, even though it's a EB3 visa category. the U.S. embassy will wait this anyway. They will wait and see if the company you're gonna work for is a company, whatever food supplies or ice cream, for example. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know if it's a food supply that is essential for the recovery of this the economy. Okay, so I would say you will probably be affected. Let's move to another one here. This one will come from Arzon. Yeah, Aslan Zahib asked this question. Hello, sir. My all document are submitted April 30th, 2020, but today I received email by NVC. My all document are accepted, but two documents are rejected. So my question is, please tell me now how much time are required to get paper acceptance email or letter. Well, it depends on the visa category. I don't know which visa category you're in, but after you submit the document, those documents that are rejected, NVC will go over it. Sometimes it might take like a month. Sometimes it might take more than that before they review it. Yeah, after they review it, give them like a month or 2 months. Once they review everything, if they accept all your documents, that's when you're gonna receive a notification that your documents are accepted. Okay, but how long will it take? Like I said, it might take like a month or 2 months, and also it depends, because some people who are affected by the immigration suspension, NVC is not reviewing the document first. They review the document last after reviewing document of people who are affected by the immigration suspension. So that too can delay the whole thing. Okay. The next question gonna come from Unisha. Okay, let me see. Unisha Kafli asked this question. I've already submitted my document and they are approved too. I'm waiting for medical and interview. So I want to know when it will be and further procedure will take place. My visa type is on CR1 and I'm from Nepal and my spouse is a American citizen. Okay, so after all your documents are qualified, you just have to wait for interview later. So once NVC contact with the interview letter, which I don't know when they're gonna contact you for that, because on the U.S. consulate visa services are still suspended. So after that, then you're gonna start on the other process like a medical examination, or provide the rest of the document you will need to go to the interview. Okay, so you have to wait now. Right now, there's nothing else you can do. You just have to wait till you receive an appointment letter, interview appointment letter from NVC National Visa Center. Okay, and then let me see here, probably the last question of today's video, which is gonna come from A Gobin. Here is what she has to say. Any idea on the actual K1 visa expiring? I have on my visa, but it expires in 2 weeks. Well, there are a lot of people who have a K1 visa, which gonna expire very soon. So what you're gonna do once the case your visa is expired, there's nothing you can do yet, but you have to wait till the U.S. consulate resume the visa services. That way you can contact them and explain them the reason why you were unable to use your visa, and then like we all know it's because of the pandemic. You have to explain that to them. That way they can reissue you another visa you can use to come to United States of America. I don't know if you are the one who's the fiance or the petitioner, but whoever is the fiance who has the visa, yeah, you just have to wait. There is nothing you can do now. Okay, unfortunately. And I also made a video about this one on my channel. You can look at it. The video was about, after the K1 visa expire, what you can do, steps you can take to get another visa. Okay, and guys, like I said, that was last question of today's video. Thank you for watching, and once again I wish you guys a happy Sunday. Whatever you do today, do it peacefully, and take care of yourself, and see you guys and talk to you guys on next Sunday. Thank you.
USA Monde.